Good morning, everyone. My name is Sumedha Agarwal. I'm assistant professor at Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, Delhi, in India. I'm here to present my paper titled Experiencing Virtual Reality in Heritage Attractions of India, Perceptions of Generation Z Users. My co-author of this paper is Dr. Priya Singh, who's assistant professor at Jamia Millia Islamia, Delhi, India. Firstly, I would like to introduce you to the background of this paper. A crucial problem that is affecting tourism all around the world is the deterioration of attractions, sites, artifacts, and destinations. Due to the complexity and expenses of managing preservation with on site tourism involvement, the closing of tourist destinations and attractions is becoming very frequent. The demolition or closure of tourist attraction, however, poses difficulties for the growth of tourism industry. The inability to encourage significant visitor involvement at sites affect the experiences that visitors have while visiting the destination. The solution to this problem lies with virtual reality or VR. The potential uses of virtual reality to improve the travel experience have recently attracted more attention. Based on the background discussed, the objective of my research is to is to check the experiences of Generation Z users when they visit the cultural heritage sites in India. Although Generation Z is one of the largest virtual reality user group, very few researches have been conducted to qualitatively examine the experiences. The purpose of this study now is to investigate how VR or virtual reality affects the travel experience of Generation Z. The goal of this study is also to examine how Generation Z travelers perceive the use of virtual reality technologies as a tactical countermeasure to the negative consequence of over tourism at well known Indian tourist destinations. Continuing with the review of literature, I have reviewed two major concepts for this research. These are virtual reality and tourism and the concept of Generation Z. Virtual reality and tourism. ICT developments have significantly influenced the tourism industry and enhanced general user experiences. VR use in tourism makes use of innovative technology, three-dimensional environment which combines visual, kinetic, and audio elements to enable users to view a real object from a tourist perspective. Through the computer generated 3D environment, users can communicate, resulting in real time simulation of one or more of the user's five senses, and consequently, it brings the user into an environment that imitates the real world. Continuing with the concept of Generation Z, Generation Z, also known as digital natives, emerged after Generation X and grew up with the challenges relating to terrorism and environmental sustainability. On the other hand, they also grow and develop in an era where electronic media or gadgets and digital technology, which is the internet and social networking sites, are growing very rapidly. Due to their high interest in information and technology, this generation is considered to be more flexible, smarter, and highly tolerant because of their broad insights. The generations that grew up in the internet age are more interested in the verbal and visual world. In addition, most of their free time is spent on social media and they have little time for outdoor activities. They are largely educated and fond of new experiences when it comes to both their social lives and employment. The research methodology for this paper is as discussed on this slide. The context of this study was the Indian tourists belonging to Generation Z, which are visiting the heritage monuments of Delhi and Agra. Delhi has several World Heritage sites, and Agra is also home to one of the most popular monument in the world, which is the Taj Mahal. The data was collected from 21 Generation Z tourists. The interviews were conducted with them. These Generation Z tourists belonged to the year of 1995 and 2000. Each interview lasted around 30 minutes. Questions included, but were not limited to the following. Have you ever experienced virtual or mixed reality? Do you think that virtual reality technology will enhance visitor experience at a destination? Why would it happen? Are you ready to purchase virtual reality or mixed reality services at a destination to experience the technology? How much are you ready to pay for VR MR services? Can you indicate advantages of virtual reality or mixed reality in cultural heritage sites? Can you indicate disadvantages of the same? And how can virtual reality technology add more value for visitors? The analysis was done qualitatively. To systemize and analyze the qualitative materials collected with the interviews, a formal coding scheme was adopted to annotate the transcribed text and identify the relevant themes. The thematic analysis and aggregation reflected the research objectives and guided the analysis. The findings were divided into three themes. The first was virtual reality accessibility at cultural venues. Innovation and technology have slowly but surely filtered into the tourism industry in recent decades, particularly in the field of cultural heritage. As a result, the field of cultural technology has evolved. Its goal is to reflect, enhance, broaden, and transform creative systems and services in the fields of cultural heritage by combining digital technology and disciplines from cultural heritage research. People who responded said that being able to communicate in a variety of languages would make it easier for the design to operate in many areas and for people to receive necessary information without having to overcome language barriers. According to those who took part in the interview, it's important to construct adventures that emphasize traveler interaction and to think of the users as a player rather than an observer when developing virtual reality and mixed reality experiences. The creation of interfaces and scenarios that enhance the experience can be assisted by gamification. The second theme was centered around the impact of virtual reality on tourists going to cultural heritage sites. The interviews the interviewers had experience utilizing technology apps in daily life. Future cultural heritage guides must adhere to this strict specification, which includes having a map that shows the rating for each object of the site. The interviewers emphasized that Generation Z needs quick interactive counters that satisfy their curiosity while also granting them immediate fulfillment. Respondents outlined their excitement for the implementation of virtual reality in cultural heritage sites to enhance the visiting experience. The adoption of virtual reality and mixed reality in tourism during the coming few years was met with skepticism by the respondents. They claimed that these technologies won't be appearing anytime soon unless they are considered investments made in machinery design and production. The third theme of the research was focused around the interest in virtual reality services among the tourists in culturally significant areas. According to them, immersive technologies are changing the way that individuals go about their daily lives. Generation Z is becoming more and more picky about how immersive companies promote their goods and services. Respondents believed that virtual reality would provide various forms of user interaction through digital augmentation in order to artificially enhance their experience and create amazing excursions. Generation Z usually practices ethical consumption since